Welcome back to my channel. So my son is gluing parts of the cylinder head. So I'm teaching him thin, consistent, even bead, not big globs, and then he'll glue this side panel. I finally found an electric motor for it, but it's not running because I tested it before. I think it might be the batteries. And now the side panel is installed after the glue. Alright, so now we're attaching the cylinder head onto the engine block. It does have metal screws. We tried the engine. I got the engine electric motor replaced, but it works. But because there's a large tolerance in the way the gears mesh and the switch, it's not strong enough to rotate the engine, so that needs a little bit of work. But the cylinder head is being installed right now. Alright, so we just installed the timing belt, and look how much slack is in it. So over time, either the rubber got stretched out or this kit wasn't engineered to 100% perfection. So far my feeling on the kit is it's 70% engineered, but someone should have spent that extra 30% to fine-tune it, because even the parts, even though some of it was fabricated, they don't really fit because the plastic over time either warps or is slightly bent, so it's not a highly precise model. They should have spent the extra 30%. So now we have slack. But all the timing marks are lined up per instructions, but it's not going to work anyway because look how much slack there is. Alright, so we just completed the turbocharger. With the compressor or blades inside, right? See-through, the red I think represents the hot side, and now I think it's like the exhaust manifold. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Fan belts are in, distributor cap, the 4-banger or 4-cylinder. So we're steadily moving along. Now we're installing the oil filter. Try to put the glue on the oil filter side. The spark plug wires have just been installed. They don't fit as snug as I thought they would, but I'm going to leave the numbering on them. Alright, so we are finally completed. My son, under my supervision, was able to put together this Revell 2.3 liter turbocharged. We chose the turbocharged just so he can see how it works instead of the normally aspirated model. Although I had to fabricate some of the parts that were missing, it doesn't help that it was done in plastic, because over time plastic either bends, warps, or whatever, so it's not a very precise, accurate model as far as fit and finish. I would say the kit is probably 65 to 70% precise when it comes to fit finish, because even though I bought an electric motor, I tested it and the gear teeth do not mesh well. They're actually spaced too far apart. Even the parts I didn't fabricate, it's just not a good fit and finish. So if you're going to use this kit like I did with my son, as far as showing him the different parts and how an engine works, then this is a good kit. Not only do you get to see the parts from the outside, but you can, point out the parts and explain what each part, you know, does and its names. It would have been nice if it operated, but I've actually seen on YouTube other people who have successfully put this together with no missing pieces, and it just barely operated, meaning they turned it on and like after 2 seconds things start falling apart. And I'm having the same problem with this. I mean, some things just barely are held on. If I put the battery in here, like I said, the switch won't really work until I bend something or twist something, and then the gearing isn't really going to work. I showed you already where the timing belt is too loose, so everything is not going to mesh together anyway. I mean, I could see where they were going with this kit, and they probably could have spent did a little better job in designing it. I'm actually surprised that Revell, the kit is not of a higher quality, but if you just want to use it as far as a scientific demo, how it works type of model, it's a good kit. But if you want it to work like it's supposed to, it's very difficult. This thing is going to fall apart. It just looks like it's not really that well made, but it is cool, you know, if you don't have an engine around and you want to use something, what is this, 1/3 scale, whatever it is. I forgot the scaling already, but anyway, you know, if you want it in a scale model, this is pretty cool to have. They show them the timing belt, alternator, distributor. There's the old style with the points and rotor, fuel pump, pumping into the old carburetor, turbocharged, hot and cold side, exhaust side, intake side, oil filter, dipstick. Even the cam followers are not even that well made because they keep coming off. So you will have to spin everything by hand. But it is cool to show like the impellers or the inside the turbo. You know, obviously everything should have turned if everything worked, but it's not because the crankshaft is supposed to turn everything, including the camshaft, the part that rotates the rotor inside this distributor cap, which in turn will light the red bulbs to show the spark plug ignition. So, for what it's worth, good science kit, but unfortunately, very hard to make it run properly anyway. So, it's just going to be a static model, although it's supposed to run. So, that's it. So, hope you guys enjoy this. I think my son enjoyed it. I don't think he is a born modeler. I don't know whether he'll probably do another one or not, but at least he made the commitment. I was able to spend some time with him, though he yawned every time I spoke about engine parts, how they work, all the different variations of it, fuel injection versus carburetor, choke, things like that. He just has no interest whatsoever. But we were able to complete the build, put it together. I do have extra parts, of course, because they actually gave you a choice for normally aspirated as well, that just has the velocity intake tubes and a different type of exhaust, of course. So, for what it's worth, don't expect it to run properly. I think this mold is very old anyway. So, as usual, I haven't decided whether I'll include stills at the end or not, but hope you guys enjoy this build. Thanks for watching. Alright, so upon completion of this operating 2.3 turbocharged engine, do you think that you would ever put together another model kit, or probably not?
Maybe one that's like a bit smaller and a bit easier.
Right, I think this is harder just because it's supposed to operate, so a lot of the things are supposed to be installed loose or supposed to operate, and unfortunately that didn't turn out. What would you say are the roses and thorns, or the best part you like about the kit and the worst thing about the kit?
I like the fact that, you know, as I was building, I was learning how the engine worked. But the thorns was there were pieces missing, so we had to find those and fabricate some missing pieces. And like, yeah, the spark plug, it was also hard to get the tubes in. I
agree. Sticking the wire in, threading it through the cable, it was really, really difficult. I think even without the missing pieces that had to be fabricated, like even the timing belt is loose, which is not, it shouldn't happen, you know what I'm saying? Well, I hope that you learned something from this, and that you're not even less knowledgeable after building it. I had fun because I got the time to build with you and explain some of the things that I know about it, and I always like to share my knowledge with you. So, all right, well, it was a good build overall. We finally completed it.